Hello, Matt 55. Today I'm going to talk about section 7.5, complex fractions. What is complex fraction? So, let me have a definition. Um, a complex fractions is a rational expression that contains fractions in its numerator, denominator, or both. So let's have some example, right? Example. Say I have 1 plus 1/2 over 1 minus 1/3, right? So you see, in this is look globally, this is a fraction, right? And this is like a rational expression, and the numerator has a fraction here. See that? Fraction. Also, the denominator has a fraction. So we call this a complex fraction. So let's have another one. 5z over 7 over z. So you can see that it is also a complex fraction because the bottom has a fraction, right? Because the numerator has a fraction. So this is complex fraction. C. It has one more. Let's say 2x over 3. Is it a complex fraction? Not a complex fraction because you don't have any fraction in the numerator or numerator, so not a complex fraction. Okay. So we're gonna have note the expression A over B divided by C over D can be written as a basic complex fraction. Basic complex fraction. Where both the numerator and denominator of complex fraction are single fraction. So what is that? A over B, everything over C over D. And this is actually called basics complex fraction. Because why? Because both numerator and denominator are single fraction. So single fraction, right? Single fraction. Only one fraction. So, okay, let's move out. And we also have A over B divided by C over D can be rewrite as A over B multiplied by D over C, as I mentioned in the previous section, right? Okay. So, yeah. So we can say the simplify basics complex fraction for any A, B, C, and D all real number, right? For all A, B, C, D. This one means for all. Okay. This one means belong to real number, all real number, right? So we have A over B, everything divided by C over D. Let me rewrite it less than a D. Can be rewrite as A over B multiplied by D over C. Where B, C, D are not equal to 0, right? Either of them equal 0, that's gonna make it undefined. Okay, so let me move down. Oh. Okay. All right. So, does let me see. Let me write out the simplifying complex fraction with method 1. So step number 1, you must write the numerator as a single fraction. Okay. And then write, and also write the denominator as a single fraction. Okay, so that is just for step number 1. Okay. Now we move to step number 2. We're going to divide the denominator into the numerator by multiplying the numerator and the reciprocal of the denominator. Okay, so this is what we should do here, right? You should you should multiply numerator and the reciprocal of the denominator, right? Okay. So, step number 3. Let's see. Step 3. Simplify the result. Okay. To the lowest term. Okay. Let me circle this. Oops. Okay. And then let's have an example. Okay, so example 2, right? Let's simplify. Okay, so I have a 3/4 divided by 9/8. So is this a complex fraction? Yes, it is, because both top and bottom has a fraction, and even it is like a basic complex fraction, right? Basic complex fraction, because it have like both numerator and denominator have only a single fraction, right? See that? So follow 3 steps. Step 1, write the numerator as a single fraction and denominator as a single fraction. Actually, I can rewrite this as write the numerator and the numerator as as a single fraction, right? Okay. So for the step 1, we can for this problem we can skip it, because this problem has the single fraction for both denominator and numerator already. So we don't have to worry about step 1. Let's talk about step number 2. What we do is we're gonna we actually gonna just multiply, and you know what, I'm gonna just actually gonna multiply the numerator and the reciprocal of the denominator, right? So what is that gonna be? I'm gonna do it 3/4, which is the numerator, I multiply by reciprocal of the denominator, which is 8 out of 9, right? And for this one, you can try to simplify by factor the top, 3 times 4 times 2. And the bottom going to be 4 times 3 times 3. And then you can just cancel the common factor. Cancel it. 3 here, 3 here, right? Oh, sure. Let me use either color. 3 here and 3 here. 4 here and 4 here. That's all. And then you have like 2 over 3 as answer. Okay. Easy, right? Let's try to do another one. Let's see. I have D as let's say 3 and 3/4 over 1 and 1. Okay, so step 1, right? Step 1. Step 1. I want to write both denominator and the numerator become only single fraction. So I have to change this. Have to change this kind of what's it called? Combination, mixed fraction to become single fraction. So 3 times 4 plus 3 gonna be 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 over 4 for top divided by 1 over 2. 2.1 is 3. 3 over 2 at the bottom. And that I'm done with step 1. So I'm gonna move to the step 2. Step 2, what you do is you're gonna just change. You're just gonna multiply the numerator by the reciprocal of the numerator, is 2/3, right? And then you're gonna factor all the top and bottom for. So I have 3 times 5 multiplied by 2. Everything divided by 2 times 2 times 3. And then what you do is just gonna cancel the common factor. 3 and 3, 2 and 2. So the answer should be 5 over 2. This is step 3, right? Okay. Let's do the last one. C. I have x minus 1 square divided by 4. Everything divided by x minus 1 over 8. Okay. So for this problem, you saw that you didn't have a single fraction both for denominator and numerator. So both denominator and numerator has been written as a fraction, single fraction. So now I just gonna move to step 2. So I multiply the numerator x minus 1 squared divided by 4 over 4, right? Multiply to the reciprocal of the denominator. So it's going to be 8 over x minus 1, right? And now I'm just going to factor everything. So x minus 1 square going to be x minus 1 times x minus 1 times 8. The top, no, that change 8 becomes 4 times 2, right? Because later on I can cancel the 4 down here, and then 4 times x minus 1. You see that you can cancel this 4 and 4, this x minus 1 and this x minus 1. And then you can just say the answer should be x minus 1 multiplied by 2. And with x cannot be equal to 1, because if x equal to 1, that's going to make it undefined. Okay. Yep, we're gonna that is it for the simplifying. Let's try to have some harder one, right? D. Let's have 1 over a plus 1 of b, everything divided by 1 of a minus 1 of b. Okay. So look like we need to go, we need to work in step number 1 because we haven't get the single fraction yet for both top and bottom. So step number 1, what I need to combine the top, right? So how to combine it? You need to have LCD of it. So it's a times b. So in order to get 1 over a, have the LCD at a times b, ab, so you need to multiply by b for both top and bottom. Right. And then you will plus with, for the next one, you need to, because you need to have okay, so let me write LCD for the top of the top will be equal to a times b, right? You know what? Let me slow down a little bit, because I hope I don't think that you can handle this easily. So I want to make sure that I find the LCD of the numerator of the top. So width is a times b, right? Because you know that a is just a. So and b is just b. You cannot find that. So the LCD should be just a. It should be a times b. So then you can you can have 1 over a. Try to change it to be ab, right? So you need to multiply by b here, and then multiply by b to the top here. Okay, similarly for the 1 over b, you need to multiply a for the bottom and multiply a to the top. That should be for the numerator. Also, you need to find the the bottom have the same things, but just subtraction. So also I have to have 1 over a multiplied by b, multiplied by b, and minus for 1 over b, multiplied by a, multiplied by a. Okay. So instead of I say here, instead of find LCD here, I'm going to say LCD of A and B, right? It's actually equal to A equal to B, A times B, right? So top and bottom also have using LCD AB. Okay, so that's when you try to combine top and bottom, you should have like top will be b over a times b plus a over a times b also, because b over a, b times a is also is equal to a times b. and then divided by b times divided by a times b minus a times b a is ab divided by a of b a times b. Okay. So now you have the common you actually having the common denominator for both top and bottom. So what you do is just adding the numerator. So the top, the top gonna be b plus a divided by a times b. Everything divided by b minus a divided by a b. Okay, and that's we have done step number one. Yeah, so we can move to step number two because now you have a single fraction for both denominator and numerator, and you can just multiply the numerator b plus a over a and b, right, with the reciprocal at the bottom, a b and b minus a. Okay, and you see that you can right away cancel a b over here, right? They are income factor. So then you can just have b plus a over b minus a. So that's we simplify form. Okay. Let's have a harder one. Let's see. Go down. So we are in D, now we are going to the E, column E. Let's do 1 x plus 1 y. Everything divided by 1 x squared minus 1 over y squared. So remember that. You need to make both numerator and denominator to become single fraction. But in here, they are having like two terms, two fractions, adding and also subtracting each other. So you need to find LCD. LCD for the top, in this case, you should have is x and y. Let's say x. Come on, y, right? Because you see the top, it's just x and y, right? So for the LCD of x and y, it's just going to be x and y because they don't have any common factor at all. Also for the LCD of x squared and y squared, it's going to be x squared times y squared. Okay, so let me go ahead and combine this for the top. We have 1 over x multiplied by y and y, and plus with 1 over y multiplied by x over x, right? And everything divided by 1 over x squared multiplied by y squared over y squared. And then you minus for 1 over y squared times with x squared divided by x squared. So you can see that you can have the first term will be y over xy plus x over xy divided by, remember that y x is equal to xy. So 1 it's going to be y squared divided by x squared and y squared minus x squared over x squared y squared. Okay, so we actually almost done with step number 1, but so let me combine it. So now I have y plus x divided by x times y for the top. I'm going to put with the bottom. So I have y squared minus x squared divided by x squared y squared. And now you're gonna just use you done with step 1, so you're gonna just use y plus x divided by x times y multiplied by y reciprocal of the formula x squared y squared divided by y squared minus x squared. Okay, so I'm gonna have a parenthesis to make sure you don't have any problem with that. So if you try to factor out all of them, you know, y plus x times with x times with x times y times y, and bottom will be x times y squared minus x squared, and then you will just cancel the x here and y here. So now you're just gonna have y plus x times y divided by y squared minus x squared. Okay. So okay. Did I miss anything? Oh, I missed one more thing. You can also factor the y squared minus x squared, right? So y plus x, y, and the bottom can be factored as y minus x and y plus x. And you see the common factor, you're actually gonna finish it. And the top only y, bottom only y minus x. Okay. I think I'm missing an x here, right? X here. And x here. Okay, good. So, let's talk about simplified complex function method number 2. Complex function method 2. Okay. Okay. So for this one, step number 1, you need to find the LCD of all fraction with in the complex fraction. Okay. Step 2. You're gonna multiply the numerator and denominator of the complex fraction by the LCD. Step 3. Okay, so simplify. All right. So let's do an example. Okay, so let's do example, let's say example 3. Um, I have 2x divided by 4 out x plus 3 out x. Okay. So I want to find LCD of all, right? All fraction. LCD of all fraction. So so I have in here I have only 2 fractions. So they are all the LCD should be x, right? LCD equals to x because they both the fraction have the same, right? So I need to multiply. Excuse me. You're gonna multiply the numerator and denominator of the complex fraction by the LCD. Okay, so I need to multiply by 2x with x. Bottom gonna be 4x plus 3 over x, everything multiplied by x. And what does that mean? That I have top on me 2x squared, bottom would be what? 4. You do distribution, what happened, right? Okay, so you have 4 plus 3. Because when you multiply x inside, this cancel x. And then we have 2x squared divided by 7. This method is kind of a little bit cool, huh? Okay. And let's have another one. Remove this one. Okay. B. B. Let's have 1 over x minus 3, everything divided by 1 of x plus 3x minus 3. Okay. So I have top have denominator as x minus 3, bottom have an x and also x minus 3. So LCD should be so let me write. LCD should be equal to x, put down, and multiply by x minus 3. That's it. Then you can just multiply both top and bottom with the LCD, right? So I'm gonna multiply by let me use other color. multiply this by x time with x minus 3. I don't even have to. Okay. And the bottom will be do the same. X minus 3. Right? So now what do I have? Top gonna just be x over, that's it. Right? X, because this cancel. So top one is just x. What is that gonna be? This x gone for the first when you do division, you have x minus 3, right? And the next term you can just cancel the x minus 3. I should not have this by that. Okay, and then the next one gonna be just 3 times x, gonna be plus with 3x. Okay. And now you can just simplify. You have x on top, bottom gonna be what? X here plus with 3x, right? Combine like term, you have 4x minus 3. That should be the answer. All right. So I would like to stop this session here, and we'll see you next time on section 3.6 later. Okay. Bye everyone.